Hello and welcome to the SoberWheels.com podcast, with your hosts, Michael and Kate.
Well, it's still broken. Yes, it is. 10 months later, still broken. What's broken? Just those tax dollars at work broken. How much did this website cost them? And why is it still broken after I pointed it out New Year's Eve last year, 10 months ago? Which site is this? Oh, nothing special. Doesn't work. Go ahead and try it. Broken. Told TXDOT New Year's Eve 2018 to 2019 that it did not work. They blew me off. They said it was going to be revamped. Why are you advertising this tool on the weeks leading up to New Year's Eve, knowing it's not going to work? And if you don't know it's not going to work, why are you running the ads? Why are you giving people a guaranteed way to fail? Why? I don't know. Do they know? We're going to find out. We're going to find out real quick. Stay tuned. Here we are to the messages with TXDOT on New Year's Eve. Got some screenshots for you. So, 4:13 p.m., 12/31/18. I start with a hello. Anybody there today? Get a auto reply. I assume it might have just been a copy paste. Go away. I don't know. I said it's not a 911 emergency, but I need a human right away. Ho, can I help you, Michael? Emily. Guess that's how you'd say that. I say your soberrise.org site is broken. It has a Google Maps failure. You're spending a lot on ads, and all the local police are promoting this site. But it seems nobody ever checks to see if it's functional. A lot of people may be planning to use this tonight and won't have it when they need it most. It works on our end. Oh, okay, I'll go away. I say, I've had family in several states check it. It loads the page, but it isn't working. It seems to work just fine. Are you on mobile? Well, we'll get to that soon. The mobile one's even more screwed up. It's got, the whole site has security certificate errors. They're expired. So, beyond the Google Maps being in some sort of engineering mode. But anyway. No, I wasn't on mobile. So I send them a screenshot. I say desktop or phone or tablet. Same thing. Just tried it on Windows 7 and 10. Different computers. Same thing. You know, covering my bases because of course they're going to blame the user. It can't be the people that engineered it by any means. We continue. Let me check with our internal team. So as she shouts across some living room, asks somebody else what's going on, I assume. Michael, our agency that runs this site is aware of the issue, and we are working on a fix for it. Excuse me. It appears the function is there, but it doesn't link correctly. We have decided to completely revamp the site and are in that process. In the meantime, is there a way we can get you connected in another way? Signed, Emily. Connected to what? Are you going to manually Google me a cab and send me the phone number? Are you that helpful? I say connected with what? Like I just said. But a moment ago, you said it worked fine. So, you've been promoting a site around the holidays that you knew was broken? Telling people to plan ahead and leaving them helpless when they go to use the resource the night they need it? That's terrible! It's not even a hard thing to fix. It's been messed up since I first tried it a week ago. So who knows how long it was really messed up before I stumbled across it. See, the police on Facebook pages were promoting, go here, do this. You need this website. Don't drink and drive or else we'll put your butt in jail. Well, nobody tried it. Why? I don't understand this. You know, it loads, it looks neat. You know, that's the end of it, right? No, it's broken. More chat. Sorry, you were talking to two different people. Hannah checked with me, Emily, and passed this to me to help you. I've been working with the agency to update it. It isn't that the site is broken, it just doesn't connect users as robustly as it should. Oh, okay. So 0% success rate is just not robust. Gotcha. We are revamping the site. It still has plenty of info on ways users can plan ahead of time if they may need a sober ride home. Emily. Well, there's really nothing on there other than a bunch of buttons that don't work. So, alright. Broken compared to what you promoted, but at least the walking directions part still works. LOL. And then she loved that comment. Loved it. Got a little grinny face. That might be more dangerous. LOL. We are hoping to update the page to provide a direct connect to call a cab, Uber, etc. based on where you are, and we are still updating that functionality. Keep an eye on it as we get it updated. Have a happy new year, Emily. Well, Emily, it's now November of 2019. Almost a year since we had our little chat. And it's still broken. Still broken. Alright, well, that's the read-through of the chat that accompanies the video from last year. So, we're up to date on that. TXDOT's got this website out. It hasn't been working since I first started playing with it last week. I've been trying to report the issue to them. They don't seem to care. Finally reached out to them on Facebook Messenger about an hour ago, and they said it's working on our end. And I said, well, it's loading, but it's not usable. There's a Google Maps error, and you can type in whatever you want here. Gives you a geo error from Google. Doesn't work. It'll give you walking directions if you really want them, because it searches externally, but it won't find you any transportation companies because their embedded map is broken for some reason. They said, nothing's wrong. I said, yeah, it is. You need to look past the end of your nose to the background. There's a problem. Then they came back 5 minutes later. Oh, we've been aware of the issue. We're fixing on it. We're gonna revamp the entire web page. I go, this evening. It's 5:32, last day of the year. You're gonna revamp the entire web page. Now you're just making up excuses. So they've been running radio ads, and police departments have been sharing links to this page, but apparently nobody's taken the time to check and make sure it's working. So I don't know how many thousands of people in this giant state are planning on going to this website tonight as their plan A, but when it fails them, we might have an issue. So I'm going to keep checking in, see if they do any repairs last minute. I highly doubt it, but this is where we are. Don't count on this website. Alright, welcome back to 2019. So, if we do a search for soberrides.org, we get some news stories. Some are from last year. References the webpage, soberrides.org. Some pretty sad stories on here about people dying in alcohol-related crashes. Seems like a lot of cookie cutter press release type stuff. Soberrides.org right here has a place to go find a designated driver. This story is from December last year, when I was discovering the website didn't work. This is 8 months ago, so February. It also references soberrides.org to find alternatives to drinking, alcohol, and driving. It has a media relations email address and phone number. I mean, people should probably just call this guy up and say, what's going on? Why is this resource to prevent death blatantly broken and not handled? I don't know. Here's another story. March 5th. Saying cookie cutter. I can sort of talk. Cookie cutter website. Press release. Soberrides.org right there. June 24th this year. Same thing. Link right here. Soberrides.org. Saw this. Was from August of last year. Could I go ahead and play that?
Drunk Dodgeball. Sounds like a drinking game for watching the movie Dodgeball, but it was actually a virtual video game outside Dallas City Hall featuring footballs being thrown instead of dodgeballs. Because, Texas. While it looks a little silly, the reason behind it is serious, showing people how quickly alcohol affects their reaction time with the hope of preventing drunk driving.
People say it won't happen to me, or I'm okay, or I can handle it. You're not.
Laura Gonzalez has firsthand experience with the devastation of losing someone to drunk driving. 5 years ago, her husband, Rico, was killed in a head-on crash. The driver had a blood alcohol level of 0.16. Twice the legal limit.
The officer got about halfway to me. I got about halfway to him before I said, "My husband is dead, isn't he?" And he said, "Yes, ma'am, he is." Probably the hardest part about it is trying to make sense out of such a senseless thing. It is 100% preventable.
To prevent that type of tragedy, police officers are boosting their enforcement efforts through Labor Day weekend when alcohol consumption spikes. Over those 3 days last year, there were 264 alcohol-related crashes and 14 deaths. But even if you don't hurt any people, getting caught will definitely hurt your bank account.
The average drunk driving arrest in Texas is $17,000 for a first offense. The fines, fees, all those things, they add up.
So do yourself a favor and always plan ahead. A good tip is bookmarking the website soberrides.org, which offers multiple ways for you, and especially innocent others, to get home safely.
My only wish is that if it touches one person, that's the only thing that matters.
Well, I'm convinced. Let's try the website. Here we go. So, just for fun, I've got the address of HEB headquarters. I don't think they'll mind. Here we go. Okay. That's where I am. And I need a sober ride. I'm going to call a cab / ride share, which I don't even know how we could call a ride share. It's not integrated into Uber or Lyft. But let's try to call a cab or something. See what happens. Alright, I've got 3 dots. Now I know these 3 dots don't do anything. I've waited. Let's try it again. We'll get more dots. Now I got 6 dots. Alright, as you can see, this doesn't work. And every time you click, you get 3 dots. And it'll just pile right up until you can't see what is behind the dots. I guess the dots go behind the words. We're fine. Yeah, it doesn't work. Phone a friend. Can you imagine being drunk, trying to navigate this? Alternative modes. A pedicab. Public transit, walk, hire a limo. Facebook. This has a pre-populated Facebook SOS type of thing to your friends list to go, hey, I'm drunk, come get me. Resources, why make a plan? Well, I'm trying. They give you stats again. Amazing. That goes their YouTube page. There you have it. You know. What do you do with this? Alright, well, I think I've ground this into the dirt long enough. You know, email TXDOT, email the governor. You know, they don't listen to one person. So, if you're watching this video, you know, hit up that media relations guy and say, hey, you know, why is this taxpayer paid resource not working? Because I don't want drunk people on these roads. You don't want drunk people on these roads. What agency was hired to build this site that was referenced in those messages? How much were they paid? Why did they run away with all this cash and leave this broken? Or if their contract ended and they weren't responsible for maintaining it any further, why didn't somebody else step in and take over? This is not okay. So, this whole shenanigan is kind of what inspired our site, soberwheels.com, which it's a community for drivers. So, you know, taxi, Uber, Lyft, limo, shuttle van, whatever. If you drive people for hire, go check out the site. It's a resource for drivers. We've also got a button for, you know, people just want to go out drinking if they want to find a ride. Because the thing that soberrides.org was trying to do was basically just search Google for you. That's all it ever was. So we've done that on our website. It wasn't hard. It didn't need all of this craziness and broken button and Google Maps developer issues going on in the background. That wasn't necessary. So yeah, go check out our site, soberwheels.com. If you need a ride, it'll work. It'll work every time. So basically, you click to find a ride right here, and all it's doing is searching taxi near me. on Google for you, because you can't search for an Uber or a Lyft through Google. If you want to find local companies, you search, taxi near me, which will also pull up local limos, anything transportation. Come to the site, click that button. You get options, or just Google it. That's all you got to do. But, if they're going to promote the heck out of the site and leave everybody stranded, that's not okay. So, oh well. Maybe the mobile version Emily referenced will work. I'm going to go give that a shot. Well, have a good night.